What's up, everyone? Fearless responded. He's the guy that we reacted to, at least at this time of recording, yesterday. Let's see what he had to say. He said, "Appreciate the review, brother. You disagree, but you were fair, so respect. But let me challenge you. How many single mothers have you actually dated? And when you did, how many times did you become at least partially financially responsible for a child that you didn't create?" First things first, boom. You got me. I've never dated a single mother. Yes, I know. See, you'd be like, see, you never dated, so you don't really know. Just because I don't play basketball, I'm very horrible at basketball, doesn't mean I can't break down the game to you. Doesn't mean I can tell you how defensive schemes, how zone works, how sophisticated an offense is, how to play at the perimeter. Doesn't mean I can't explain you those things to you, right? But hey, you got me. I haven't dated a single mother, okay? You kept saying nobody forces the man to pay. True, but come on, brother. Nobody forces a man to pay on the first date either. Don't pay and see how many second dates you get. I mean, all of my dates were all 50-50. I mean, it was all 50-50. Like, if we went to the movies, I might have paid for the tickets and she probably paid for the snacks, right? Or vice versa, you know? So it's just something like that. At least from my experience, we always went 50-50 because like that's what we agreed upon. That's just our dynamic with each other. The more that I think about it, I wouldn't really call myself lucky because I had a clear boundary line. So I wouldn't say lucky. I guess you could say that she was understanding, because there's a lot of women out here that is understanding of that. So I wouldn't say I was lucky. I just came with the expectation. We both planned with each other. I would say it also would depend like how you guys met. I guess, I don't know. Like for me, I met my girl at work, right? I met her at work and we talk every single day, right? And we talk a lot of times outside of work. So we kind of had like a connection like that, like a friendship. It was like a friendship, then it turned into be more than friendship. So I guess you could say it depends on how you know each other or how you guys met the first time, or maybe the date is actually the first time. So I don't know. It just depends, really. The expectation still exists. A lot of women want a provider, and once you step up into a family, helping financially becomes of what stepping up means. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily think that financially is the heaviest part when it comes to that. No, but especially in your video when you say that she has a job, right? She has a job. So I don't really think financially is the heaviest part about it. Maybe is to be fair, it's probably maybe the women that you came across or interacted with, or the single mothers that you came across and interacted with. Maybe it's those. So I can't like refute what you have actually experienced. But I just don't believe that's most single mothers. Yes, the expectation is there for you to provide, but what are you providing, right? Because I think for a lot of men, they think just financially is the only thing that woman wants, and that's just not what it is. You guys are second guessing, like, what do I do to provide? Because you guys been groomed to think that financially is the only way that you can provide, right? I think that's a discussion to talk about. I think providing is not heavily. I don't think it should be heavily, but I don't think it's really heavily financially in the first place. I really think you can provide in different ways. Women now, especially in 2026, women are showing just because you pay all my bills, right? It don't really mean too much because I can pay my own bills. Like, what else do you provide for me though? You know? And again, that is your choice. And again, as I said in the last video, I think the more you assert yourself into the family and the more financially that you give to the family, I think slowly over time, she's going to become comfortable with you and slowly become more dependent on you when it comes to some things, because how much you assert yourself to. And then you said in your video that you're just there for just sex and stability, bruh. And that right there is low-key, like, that's kind of crazy, right? I think you were already cooked from the beginning, just going into a relationship only wanting sex and stability, only expecting those things. And so when you're doing all these things, you helping out with some bills, you helping out with the kids, all to try to relieve her from some of her duties and have some time for you guys to spend to each other, which is inherently not a bad thing to do if you really want to spend some time with her. I understand doing those things, but again, if she is not able to give it up to you and you're doing all of this, That's why you guys feel like, bruh, she just using for my money. She just want me to just support her financially. You guys are the same ones to say that when they're not giving it up to you. So it's all in your expectation, right? Because I think it's already bad that all you're just doing is just being there for just sex and stability. That's my issue. Don't give me husband/father level responsibility with boyfriend level authority. If you're just like her boyfriend, I can understand why she's not giving you like that kind of authority over the kids, especially if it aligns with what I said earlier. You're just there for just sex and stability, that expectation right there, and that's why you're doing all these things for the kids and paying all these things for her. That's on you. I mean, that is on you. She's not gonna let, just because you're her boyfriend, she's not gonna let you just have father level of authority over the kids. I mean, that's just what it is, right? I don't think she trusts you enough, right? Again, it comes to what else are you providing for me? Because you might pay all the bills and, you know, you might pay for stuff for the kids, but it doesn't mean I can just automatically just trust you to, you know, have authority over my kids. I mean, that's what it is. And you said it's the same thing with single fathers. And I challenge that too. How often do we see women enter a single father's life and become financially responsible for his children? That is worth discussing. That is worth discussing. To be fair, there's a very low percent of single fathers to even begin with. But again, like, you're just focusing on financially. That's the only thing that you're thinking that women can't provide for a single father for that financially, right? I mean, just because you don't see it happen a lot doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. But again, the same thing will apply to single father. The more that the woman actually asserts herself, help out with things, help out with the kids, I think the more that the woman do these things, the more comfortable the father is. And so the same thing I said for the single mothers, if there's a problem that she needs help with, the first person she's gonna ask is you. And so the same thing with single fathers, right? If there's a problem that he needs help with, then, especially if it pertains to the kids, then the woman's gonna be the first person that he probably asks. I mean, it could go both ways. I don't understand how hard it is to see it go both ways, but see, it's that mindset. Y'all think that the only way to provide is only financially, but men can provide more than just financially though. But that's your expectation. It's just only financially. And not to say, to be fair, not to say there aren't any women out there who think that men is just financially, right? I'm not to say that there aren't, but majority of women and majority of single mothers, bruh, they want more than to provide, because they're already paying their own bills at this point. They're already having their own job and stuff like that. They're not heavily focused on financially when it comes to you, bruh. Then he said, so come talk to me. I have a live show and I generally invite you on. We can disagree, laugh, debate without all the internet BS. And since you reviewed this one, I got 2 more for you, and he got me 2 more videos for me to review. Appreciate the reaction, brother. Let's have a conversation. Honestly, I'm all for the conversation. Hey, let's go on the live show, man. Let's go on the live show. Let's talk, man. I really do love hearing from different perspectives on people. I think that's how you learn. You know, everyone has their own experience. Everyone has their own idea what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, or everyone has their own thing what it comes to really. Everyone has their own idea of what a relationship is, especially a romantic relationship. I still believe that we all need to evolve our way of how we approach relationship and how we think about relationships in a romantic way, right? But yeah, let's have the conversation, man. Just let me know. I didn't know you had a live show though, but hey, just let me know. We could talk. I got your email already. Just email me. I check my email all the time. So yeah, just check it out, man.